Good morning, Simon here at Heavenly Lake Tahoe. Today I'm going to be giving you all the information that you need to know about the California side of this pretty awesome ski resort. But before I get started, check out this link that's on screen. This is to my blog where you'll find all of my resort reviews, whether it's Lake Tahoe and the resorts that I'm doing here, Japan, New Zealand, basically any place I've ever skied or snowboarded. Check it out, and I will see you after this. Okay, so at Heavenly, you've basically got 3 ways to get onto the mountain if you are on the California side. Probably one of the more popular ones is to go to the gondola. The gondola, depending on the day and the wind, takes about 10-15 minutes, and you can get that from Heavenly Village if you're staying there. The reason why you might not want to get the gondola is because to park near the gondola is going to cost you around 25 bucks, whereas you can come down to California Lodge, which is where I'm boarding from today, and you can take either the gun barrel or the tram, and you can park for free, which is pretty cool. I tend to take gun barrel chairlift rather than the tram. It just means that you can actually ride straight off from the top, whereas the tram you obviously have to walk off and then get set up before heading out and starting your day. At the top of the gun barrel or the tram, there's a simple green run which takes you down to 3 chairlifts. From here you can take Patsy's, which will just access that same green run. You'll normally find beginners taking lessons on here. The Groove chair, which will take you to the terrain park, or one of the 2 terrain parks here at Heavenly. I'll talk more about the terrain parks here in a little bit. Or this chair, Powder Bowl Express, which takes you up higher on the mountain and links you to Sky Express and Comet, which will allow you to access more of the terrain here on California side. Some of my favorite areas just off of the Powder Bowl Express are this area behind me, Eagle Eye Ridge, this run here, Powder Bowl Run, or on the far side, Powder Bowl Woods. Powder Bowl Woods is a little bit steeper and will offer more challenge than Eagle Eye Ridge. However, if you're not looking for trees and you just want a groomer, check out Upper Mumbo, then Mumbo, a nice blue groomer that will take you back down to the bottom of Powder Bowl Express. From the top of Powder Bowl Express, if you don't want to lap back down to the same chairlifts, you can take the bottom of Ridge Run and it will take you to an area where the Sky Deck is, a pretty cool little lodge, but also Sky Express and Canyon Express. From here, you're going to be able to access the majority of the terrain on the California side. The Sky Express chairlift is probably one of the most popular over here on the California side. From the top of the Sky Express, you can take Skyline Trail, which will take you over to Nevada side. But as we're talking California today, you can probably take one of my favorite runs, Ridge Run. It probably has one of the best views in the resort. You ride down with beautiful panoramic views across Lake Tahoe. However, this run can get pretty busy. If you've done that run a couple of times, Sky Express will also give you the option to ride down through the trees, like these behind me. The trees here are Liz's trees, and if you traverse over to the right, they will get steeper and more challenging as you go towards a run called Ellie's. You can get there via Ellie's Swing. The top of Canyon Express is the place to go for groom runs over here on the California side. From the top of the lift, you can take Ridge Run down, or if you go to Skiers Right, you'll find High Five, which is normally pretty quiet, and Canyonland, 2 perfectly groomed blues which wind their way down the mountain with incredible views of Lake Tahoe. Heavenly Ski Resort has 2 terrain parks, both of which are on the California side. The intro park is the Groove Park. The Groove Terrain Park at Heavenly Ski Resort is pretty great. As you enter the terrain park, you have a number of options. Over to the right hand side, there are some basic small size jumps and 2 ride-on box features. These are a great place to learn and get comfortable with your freestyle riding. There is a clear progression in the Groove Park with 2 medium-sized jumps and 2 jumps I'd probably call a large medium. This section of the park is really well maintained, so it can be really fun. As you ride further through the Groove Park at Heavenly, you will come across a rail garden. The rail garden has a number of small and medium rail, tube and box features, some of which are ride on and others jump on. One of the things that made the Groove Park a really nice place to ride for me was that it had its own chairlift. Having its own chairlift just made lapping the park really simple and hassle-free. Not to mention, it didn't really get queues, so you could just ride back onto the lift. The second park at Heavenly is the Remix Park. Now, to access the Remix Park, you'll need to head to the top of Canyon Express. You can take Sky Express, which is slightly further away. From both runs, you just follow Ridge Run, and the Remix Terrain Park is on the left-hand side. Now, on my trip to Heavenly, this terrain park was still being built, but you could see the formation of some pretty large jumps being sculpted. Away from the terrain parks, there is something else that Heavenly is pretty popular for, and that is its bump riding. Whatever you like to call them, bumps, moguls, pain in the arse, it doesn't matter. Heavenly has got you covered. Ending your day riding down the Face, East Bolt or Gun Barrel is a perfect way to challenge yourself. The bumps on those runs can be pretty intimidating, but they are well worth the journey. Anyway, if you get tired riding down Gun Barrel at the end of the day, this run will offer some of the best views of Lake Tahoe, so you might as well stop and have a look while you regain your energy. If you've parked at California Lodge and you don't want to take the massive bumps that you're going to find on either the Face, East Bolt or Gun Barrel runs, you've kind of got two options. Option number one is to take a long winding traverse. It's graded as a blue run, I think maybe because it's a little bit narrow, but ultimately it is a long flat green, and that is Roundabout Run. Roundabout Run winds its way around the mountain all the way down to the bottom, and you can get straight back to California Lodge on this route. Your second option, and one that a lot of people take, is to downlift on the Gun Barrel chair or via the tram. A lot of people downlift on the Gun Barrel chair because of the views that it gives you. I'm not a massive fan of downlifting on any chairlift, but if you are going to downlift, this is the one to do it on. It has beautiful views pretty much every day, so it's up to you. If you don't want to ride, you can always downlift. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you've got any questions about Heavenly, whether that's Nevada side or California side, drop them down below in the comments. Be sure to check out the link on screen, also linked down in the description. That's my blog where you'll find a lot of the resort reviews for the different places that we go to. And I'll see you next week with another video.